Hello, everybody. Welcome to, it's the Brendan Samuel show tonight. We're going to talk about black love, baby. Black love, black love. Now, I told y'all I was the urban love doctor, but we haven't been doing much loving, you know? So tonight, we're going to start loving. I'm going to wait till we get some people up in here. Y'all know how we do. Wait till the shares get up. You know what I'm saying? And I got a special guest for you guys tonight. Because, see, I felt the need. Let me rephrase this. Let me put this a different way. So y'all know Poppy Montega, the one that usually runs this situation right here, the Poppy Montega show. He introduced me to this man and told me this man's story, right? And this man's story, I felt like should be shared with the world. Hold on one second, baby. Could you get that puppy, please? She's interrupting me. Thank you. Good evening, Mr. Cheese. What's up, good brother? Miss Tiffany Ann, hello. Welcome. Thanks for coming in early today because it's going to be a barn burner tonight. Big exclusive. But hey, you know what? Just because we got some regulars in here very nice and early, can we get the cuffs? I thought it was on that. Cuffs. There we go. See, you guys like the new background? You like the new? Is it pimping, player? Is this pimping? Is this pimping enough for y'all? So anyway, like I was saying, we're gonna talk black love tonight, right? And I feel like a reason why it's not enough black love going on is because we don't see enough examples of it. Miss Yolanda Shields, thank you. Welcome. Good evening. Thank you for tuning in to Brethren Samuels. It's so pimping. And dig this, it's a very interactive show. You feeling it? Thank you, sir. Thank you. It's a very interactive show tonight. I need you guys to blow up the comments when my guests do arrive. If you have any questions, feel free to put them in the comments and I'll get to them. Y'all know I keep up with the comments. Y'all know that. Brethren, keep up with the comments. Hey, good evening, Miss Mimi Santana. That's how I'm gonna start addressing you now, Miss Mimi Santana. But anyway, let me get back to what I was saying. So I felt the need to bring these people on tonight because we don't get enough examples of black love. We don't get enough examples of black love. And on previous topics on other shows on this network, on the Poppy Montega show, even on Brethren Samuels, when I show up, we say the first way we can heal all this is through black love. Through black love. You understand? Let me see what we got going on here. We only got 4 shares, people. Come on now. Because when my people show up, I need them to feel the love, you know? See, we need to be honest with ourselves. Outside of being honest with our partner, you know, I've been hearing everybody explain what it is that a woman is looking for, what it is that a man is looking for. At the end of the day, you can't offer anything without offering some honesty. You understand? Oh, Miss Brandy. Hey, Miss Brandy, long time no see. Hey, welcome. You know what? I'm going to call my guests just to make sure because this is going to be good. This is going to be real good. Y'all stay right here with me because it's going to be entertaining because this is how we going to do this. We're going to call them live on air. We ain't going to do all that off the side stuff. You know, I just want to see what they got to say real quick. You know, look, speakerphone. Tell everybody be quiet where you at. Tell them be quiet. Hey, Bianca. Shh.
We linking in now, bro.
Okay, good brother. Brethren Samuels is waiting for you. I'm warming the crowd up. Okay, we waiting for y'all.
All right, we about to get in there now.
Okay, good brother. I'll see you shortly. All right. So there you go. They will be in the building shortly. But meantime, in between time, Hey, Miss Hadia, I love you too, Miss Hadia. I love you too. Welcome to the conversation. We talking some black love. Oh, Miss Lily is in the building. Welcome, Miss Lily. Ooh, ooh. We got some of the regulars in the building tonight. We about to get it popping. Reggie had to get his gloves back on. So dig this. So amongst other conversations on the network, we say that a big way that we could change the culture is through black love. Cubs. There you go, Hadi. I know that's what you missed it, but there you go. Cubs. So a big way that we can do that is through love. And one thing I touched on before is we have never been taught what love is. We learn what love is on the fly as a culture. We learn what love is on the fly. And we don't see enough examples of our culture loving one another. You understand? They show our women shaking their ass all over the place. By all means, I'm not asking you not to shake your ass, ladies. But what I'm saying is, we see more of that than your boyfriends, vice versa. You know, the men, we don't see your women. We gotta start showing them off, player. You know what I'm saying? We gotta start showing them off and embracing. See, I got women all over my mind right now. Embracing the ones that we do love, our relationships. We got to start embracing our relationships. Let me see what we got here. We got what's up, Layman? We got Layman in the building. We got Q. Peace. What's up, brother Q? Hey, Reek, that's the wrong link, brother. You got to click the other link, type you and your wife name in, and then you will be backstage, good brother. And they'll let me know, and we'll bring you right on, player. I know you thought you was talking to Poppy tonight, but you know you can't talk to Poppy tonight because this is the Brethren Samuel show when we start talking about love. Shake your ass, but watch yourself. You understand? Because here's the thing, Lamit. Let me tell you something, Lamit. Let me tell you something about the urge for our women to shake their ass, player. You notice most of our women can shake their ass without ever being taught how to shake their ass. Most of it's because it's in the DNA already. You understand? It's in the DNA. But since we don't know who we are, we don't understand that it's already in us through our culture. Because see, at one point in time, let me see, hold on one second. 8 shares. Come on, players. We need more shares. We need more shares. At one point in time, what's now referred to as twerking, as ass shaking, it was a love dance performed when you was about to have sex. No, really, look it up. See, when the woman was about to drop the draws, dog. Ooh, them dogs is making some noise. When the women was about to drop the draws, dog, and they came inside the teepee or the little hut or whatever we was living in at that time, that was a part of the foreplay. She would twerk on her way to the bed. You understand, player? And it was a part of sacred rituals when they did dances around the fire. You understand? But see, when our culture was taken from us and another culture was given to us, they started frowning upon it because the pale faces couldn't do it. The pale faces couldn't do it. You understand, player? So black women, I'm sorry, let me rephrase that because we're going to stay away from race. All my melanated women that keep shaking your ass, baby. Keep shaking your ass. You understand? Let me see. Are my guests in the building yet? Or maybe I got to send another link. Let me see. Do I got to send a link to them again? Let me see. Ooh, wee. You know, we dealing with people that's born before 1988. People that was born before 1988 tend to struggle a little bit with technology. You understand? Because people that was born before 1988, they think their time was the best time, so they don't get to enjoy the time. You understand? Let me say that again. People who was born before 1988 feel like their time was the best time. So they don't get to enjoy the time. You understand? Is that a Tootsie Roll in the center, brethren? No, this is a dum dum. Dum dum. This a dum dum, baby. A grape dum dum. A melanated dum dum. You remember how we used to say, oh, he's so black, he purple. This a melanated dum dum. Okay, let me see. Are my people in the building yet? Let me see. Okay, we got them in the building. So let me give the proper introduction. We got the Booty Bandit, James Hannibal, in the building. What's up, Booty Bandit? Nice to see you, player. Q is cracking up. Welcome, Q. I'm glad you're getting a laugh out of this, player. I enjoy the laughs, player. Let me see. The technology today is better, but our time was definitely better. See, let me try to change your perspective a little bit slightly, OG. It's good to have the foundation of your time, but you cannot say your time was better because each generation they switch it up, player. That's a part of the separation right there. That's a part of the separation right there. Cuffs. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, we getting a little off topic. The whole topic tonight is Black love, player. And I want to do my part in changing the culture. And the first thing I feel has to be done outside of displaying Black love is Black love has to be presented to Black people. You understand? When they show us on the news, they show us killing each other. It's just as many of us graduating and getting degrees. When they show us on World Star, they show us beating each other's ass. It's just as many of us kissing on each other and loving and hugging on each other. You understand? See, look right there. It say Facebook user. I don't know who it is, but they're saying Tiffany Ann, I love you, sis. More stuff like that have to be displayed. Even on the gridiron, there are grown men of the culture saying, I love you, bro. I love you, bro. See, we aren't what they are presenting us to be. What's going on has always been going on. But now we have technology, which gives us somewhat control over what we see and what we choose not to see. Brethren, do you have on your red shoes? Actually, I don't have my red shoes on today. I got my bunions out. You know, it's a little warm where I'm at today. So I'm only dressed on the upper part. The lower part, Balls Johnson dance, baby. Balls Johnson dance. Ooh, let me see. Oh, Mr. Love you too, big bro. Okay. Black love has to be defined, then shown to properly understand. I agree, Facebook user. I agree. So based off your comment, I'm going to assume that you tuned in late, but it gives me an opportunity to readdress something before I bring on my guests. When were we ever taught what love is? See, as a culture, we learned Mike Montgomery. Okay, gotcha, Mike Montgomery. I'm gonna try to remember that, Mr. Montgomery. See, what we have done as a culture is we learned what we think love is as we were loving. You understand? A lot of times we think somebody that we're in love with is true love until we actually find out what love is. Okay, we think that we only can love people who have the same blood running through them, our children, our family, our immediate family, friends, and significant others. But it's so much love to be distributed in between because this is a journey. Life is a series of events. And through love, you can find God. With that being said, let me see. Mr. Love you. Okay, y'all, they just responded to each other in the comments. Okay, that's cool. So here's a friend of Poppy Montega who is getting married. They're jumping the broom Saturday. So when they come in, please, everybody, greet them with a congratulations because this is a big step, especially for melanated people. So we're going to bring them on today so we can talk a little bit about the journey and the hard work that was distributed by both parties to arrive to this destination, not the final one. Okay. With that being said, I would like to bring on Mr. Shadid and Miss Lean, please.
What's up?
Hello.
What's up?
Hello.
What's going
Welcome.
on? What's going
Welcome.
on?
You guys
What's
look
going
so
on, Brody?
beautiful. You guys look so
Well,
beautiful.
I'm woofing a little bit right now. You got me out woofing.
Listen, it's past
Eh,
that,
I'm
brother.
I'm a clean. I'm a clean up Saturday though. I'm
It's
a clean
past
up
that.
Saturday.
And hello to your beautiful future wife over
Hey,
there.
Pop,
Hello.
what's going on?
Oh, no, this is not Poppy. This is Brethren Samuels.
I'm sorry,
This,
Mr.
this is
Samuels.
Brethren Samuels, the urban love doctor. I know you guys may be new to the things that we have going on here on the big exclusive network. But to make it long story short, I'm one of Poppy Montega's many personalities. Okay. I don't know if y'all can see in the comments, we have everyone greeting you guys with the congratulations.
Oh man, we appreciate all the
Thank
love, all
y'all.
the support. Really appreciate it.
Um, Before I start diving in, how about you guys tell us a little bit about yourselves as far as your relationship?
You want to go or?
You can start.
All right. Well, I'll start it off. Um. Well, we've been together for 10 years. That's number one. Uh, when I first met her, I was 28. She was 36. Um,
With 3 boys.
I'm getting to it, and three knucklehead boys. No,
That was not bad.
no, three
That's
boys. One teenager, 1 10-year-old, and a 5-year-old. I didn't have any kids coming in, but I didn't discriminate. I definitely wanted to see where it can go, and we've been rocking ever since. We've been rocking ever since, and now we got two strong biological sons.
5.
No, two biological,
5
five technically. Yeah,
poppies.
yeah, we
Quick
got
question.
5 Yeah,
Quick question. Do
yeah.
you guys feel as though when you guys had children together, that
Mm.
spiritually completed the circle, the bond?
Um, not really. I say
Okay.
50-50. I
Yeah.
say 50-50. Um, what you wanna give it a go?
I mean, it's two different answers to be given to that.
Okay, so I'm gonna give my answer. Um, 50-50 because uh I knew coming in, me with my experience before her, my experience with previous relationships, I knew what I wanted. I was always the one who left. Um, and that's not to brag, it's just I knew what I wanted, and I knew if I was going to reach my destination of where we about to reach on Saturday, I knew it couldn't be with a woman uh, at my age bracket, which at the time was 28. I know I was beyond my years. And not to say older means wiser, but I knew I needed an experienced um, woman that was a little bit more wise, a little bit more mature, and that was rare to find. That was very rare to find. But I had a theory that um, the new single woman is the single mom. So, and it was happening. You wasn't going to be able to meet a woman without having kids. So I knew I wasn't going to be the one to discriminate. So when I actually met her and she fit these qualities, I said, okay, I got it. But it wasn't spiritually complete for me because I wasn't able to marry her right then and there.
Right.
I knew I wanted to, but I couldn't because of the feelings that I wanted to take in consideration of the kids.
Yeah.
I didn't want to just come in. Oh, I want to marry you and just get it done. And now I'm trying to get to know the kids. I wanted to be able to get to know the kids first, get their approval, and once I was able to get their approval,
And the kids weren't
which
eating.
I didn't even know when that was coming. But with faith, I wanted to get their approval first, and then lock it all in.
What say you, Miss Lean?
Huh?
What say
The
you?
question.
What's your response to that?
No, like I was nervous. I ain't even gonna lie. I know what I wanted. Well, 50-50 coming in. I knew,
No, what he asking is, I'm sorry, what he asking is, was it spiritually complete? Do we think it was spiritually complete when we had children?
no, it wasn't. It wasn't. I was more I wasn't as spiritual as,
I'm so glad
you
that
you
I'm so glad you're being honest, because this was
yeah,
about.
I was brought up in the church
Mm-hmm.
setting. So a lot of the things I had to like unlearn and relearn it was hard.
Right.
He taught me a lot on, a lot
So,
of spirituality, you know,
quick question.
the deep sense of spirituality.
How long have you guys been engaged?
For about 6 months.
It's
Yeah,
been about
6 months.
6.
Yeah.
And who was the first to say I love you?
I was.
That's okay. You have to guess.
Because I was trying to. That's a crazy question, right?
It's not.
Because all right, well, yeah, I was, and then yeah, I was.
Okay.
To say it seriously, yeah, I was.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, I brought you guys on tonight because, I mean, firsthand, I kind of have an idea of the work that both you guys have put in to get to this point. And I want to show an example to our culture that it does take work. You dig what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
On both halves. You dig what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? So,
Absolutely.
could you guys tell me a little bit about what you had to change about yourself? Not what the other person wanted you to change, but what you had to change about yourself to become, marriage material for the other party.
I'm gonna let you lead first.
I have to be honest with myself. Listen, a lot of the things that I had in my head wasn't, later on I found out that really wasn't who I was. That wasn't where I wanted to lead myself. I was telling myself lies. you know,
That's what we do.
I was. It was, and speaking to him, when we would have conversations, real conversations, it was like, why am I telling myself these lies? Like, why am I not being honest with myself? I know this is what I want. It was hard. It's
No, it
emotional.
is emotional. It is emotional because if I can say, I could better articulate that, because when I came in, she was going through what most women will go through with baby fathers, not to slander anyone's name. Everything that I say about this man, I have had a conversation in front of his face and spoke to him about man to man. But when I came in, it was a situation where he couldn't let go. And because he couldn't let go is because of typical men, not all, typical men who become fathers and separate from the mother of their children. They feel like they losing out on something. Well, they is. They not just losing the woman, they losing control, especially when the man is controlling in a certain way. And she had a lot of combinations on her head,
things that I believe.
and I had to realize that he wasn't building her up for herself. He was building her up for himself. And I had to break in to her brainwaves and kind of like unlock a lot of these combinations that he put on her head, that it was that she was persuaded by.
Yeah,
I mean, she gave this man 3 kids. I mean,
was a young woman.
this is something that is very unique and rare, to have 3 kids by one guy. I said to myself, this dude is either he very, very smart or he very, very stupid. And I had to come in and redirect a lot of that stuff without without it seeming like it's manipulative or persuasive.
Projecting the right things.
But
Time
for
out,
me,
time out, good brother. Time out, good brother.
oh,
And-
because I
don't
was
get me
about to
wrong.
go in.
Don't get me wrong. You didn't say anything wrong, but we kind of got off of the question.
Okay, so yeah, that's
Because
what I'm
the
about to
question,
say. For me,
hold up. The question was, what did you learn about yourself that you had to work on?
so for me,
So you
I,
can't tell me what she learned about herself. You can't articulate what she learned about herself for me, good brother.
well, go ahead, Ben.
No, I just had to, like I said, I had to start telling myself, the truth about, the life that I needed to live going forward. You know what I mean? I know what I wanted. I know I wanted to get married. I didn't want to, like you said, a lot of the things, a lot of the things that he had in my head was,
So you had
was
some
a
some
lot
some
of,
mind you had some mind work pretty much to do.
yeah, very
You had
much
some
so.
mind work.
Very
Understood.
much so. Yeah, very much so.
Now, I have a secondary question to that. With that mind work, do you think whatever was going on mentally was it affecting how you were dealing with other people?
Mm,
Yeah, I was very selfish. I didn't realize it, but I come off very what am I looking for? Self-centered. I had to work on I was very self-centered because I started subconsciously though. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right.
Not,
So you wasn't
being
being
aware of my
bougie and like
self-centered.
me, but just internally. Yeah, I
Right.
understand.
Thinking that I had to,
Hmm.
do
I,
it all.
I very much understand. Now, just so y'all know, I'm asking these questions the way I'm asking them because a lot of us go through these same exact things and we
mm,
think it's just us that's going through it. You understand?
mm,
A lot of
Mhm.
women go through those same exact issues and they don't feel comfortable enough to share. A lot of
Mhm.
men face these same exact issues coming in to a situation as a stepfather or even vice versa coming into a situation as a stepmother. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And we think that we're the only one that's having these thoughts or having these battles within this relationship. And it
that's
starts
true.
with these type of conversations. You
That's
understand
true.
what
Because
I'm
I do it.
saying?
I do it. Ain't it wasn't nobody in my position, and I
Mhm.
was stressed. I was stressed.
So I just wanted to express that to you guys because I don't want you to feel like you're being put on Front Street.
Oh
What you're
no,
doing is displaying the black love that's needed amongst the culture. I
yeah,
admire what you guys have going on. I really
yeah.
do.
By all means, don't hold no punches with the questions.
Oh,
I,
thanks for the green light, player, because
Funny.
Brethren won't do that. But
cause
you wanna
because
go ahead and answer your question, Mr. Shadi?
yeah, I do. Cause I feel like for me, I had to learn how to unlearn a lot of the things that I was taught uh as a man from my father. I had to um learn to unlearn a lot of the things that I was taught on the streets because I was rough around the edges. I come from the streets, you know, um, and I was rough around the edges still when I met her. At 28 years old, I was, I was DMX. Like I was, I was rough around the edges. So it was like a lot of things that I was bringing into the home on top of what I was taught from my late father, may God rest his soul. It was a lot of those things combined that I was projecting on, you know, her, on the kids, and I was only doing those things because those things worked for me, in my survival mode. And I had to like really sit back, and it took us to break up. Actually,
Mhm.
we
It
actually
did.
we actually broke up 3 times. Me moving all the way out. And what
Mhm.
made me come back is I had to sit back for like 3 months and realize, what type of opportunity that I have, you know, in front of me. And I said, damn, I had the opportunity to really build with somebody, a
In
lot
a
of,
different way.
it was a lot of,
That gives me a question for Miss Lean. Miss Lean, during these breakups, because I know how women and girlfriends like okay, during these breakups, right? How many was in your ear saying, girl, you better not go back to him. We don't spend the block on niggas. Girl, this, you know what I'm saying? How much of that was going on, and how hard was it to understand what you had going on, and to take into consideration that they had no understand of the love that you may have for that man?
I didn't initially I didn't I kind of like blamed myself in the beginning though. I ain't even gonna lie, babe. I don't think you knew this. But I kind of blamed myself
oh,
because
this is
I
news to
did.
me.
No, I did. I was like, damn, I started pondering on it. Like, did I do something wrong? Because, you know, I don't know. I can't speak for other women, but me, like when I do something, I always try to reflect on, did I, was that me? Like, what
You
went
try to
wrong? But
reevaluate the situation.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of people, I didn't talk to a lot of people around that time. I mean, I did have a few friends, but they were asking me like, well, how, what was going on in the situation? Like, did, a lot of people knew our situation. They knew like, as far as me moving him in and the baby father being out of the picture and stuff like that. But it was kind of like when we got together, we were, I don't know, it was a strong bond. It was a very strong bond. And I couldn't understand why I had to like call him to ask him. I was calling him and I was asking him, you know, what went wrong. You know what I mean?
So you
He
was
couldn't
trying
really
to
articulate
communicate
it.
about it.
Yeah, back then he couldn't really articulate it like the way he was articulating. I couldn't take it in. I took it as, um, I took it as, not so much my fault, but because he didn't blame me, but like I said, I blame myself.
In the
I blame
aspect
myself.
of you could have had more patience, or
I could have had more
because it
patience
sounds
with a
like it
lot.
was
Like
just a
I was dealing with a
misunderstanding.
lot. I was dealing with a lot back then with the kids, and I
Mhm.
think I could have drawn my attention a little bit more towards our relationship opposed to, because I'm not even gonna lie, like I knew what I wanted, but I don't think that it came together right away the way we wanted it to come together.
Yeah.
So is it
You know what I
safe to
mean?
say, because they brought this up on another show, is it safe to say that that was a little PTSD?
I don't know. Maybe.
Because a lot of
Maybe.
us, when things start to
Maybe.
get a little rough, we
It, it,
just
yeah, it was a little foggy in the beginning. It was a
Mhm.
little foggy. You know what I mean? I wasn't clear with a lot of the
Understood.
situation was 100% clear for me.
Yeah.
It wasn't,
No.
to be honest. It
Mm,
wasn't clear. Like I didn't have that,
mm.
like I said, I know what I want, but
Nah.
it wasn't,
Nah.
So I
Mm.
understand you
I don't
guys.
know.
Well, Mr. Shadid, I understand you was raised Islamically,
Yeah. Yeah.
and Miss Lean, you was raised in a Christian household, yes?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Shout out to Foreplay with B. She definitely explained the PTSD in Black women. That's the show that we spoke about it on the other day. It was a great conversation. And the only place I could disagree was I think it's PTSD within the culture, not just in Black women. I think it's on both sides.
Right.
But she
Yeah.
definitely explained it, and that's something that I just was trying to get into a little bit. A lot of us within the culture, as soon as something goes wrong or a little bump in the road, we ready to quit and just go back to what we used to be doing.
That's me.
Yeah,
That's me all the time.
it's no
That was
growth
me all
in that.
the
There's no
time.
growth in that. So
Right.
once again, I understand, Mr. Shadi, you was raised Islamically, and
Yeah.
Miss Lean was raised through Christianity. But to my understanding, you guys are having a different type of wedding ceremony.
Correct.
Um, would you explain to me how you guys arrived to that point, to not make this religious, but to really make this about the soul connection?
Well, first of all, for me, being, the flag holder at the top of the hill of the family, and me being the leader, I did not, from my experiences of religion, born Islamic, there's been a lot of experiences that made me not just only question it, but made me understand fully what religion is. Which I'm not going to get into that part because that's not really relevant. But it made me understand that if I had children, they were going to grow up to make their own decisions.
Right.
I will wait for that decision and support it on whatever religion that they would want to practice.
Right. Exactly.
But I did want to introduce them to the Creator and God on a more spiritual level. And I felt like if we was to decide to make this a religious wedding, they would be confused. And I didn't want them to be confused on the level of, well, you teaching us this way, and now I hear it the other way. And I just didn't want that. So I wanted to bring it to her and ask her how would she feel about a spiritual wedding. And she felt great about it. Because, trying to make sense of all of this stuff, breaking it down to the kids and stuff like that, we can do that later if they decide that they want it, a certain religion or specific religion. And we come together, sit down, talk about it, and we support it. But other than that, we lead with everything spiritual first. Again, everybody got their different beliefs. A lot of people would disagree with this type of wedding. But before we start to wonder about spiritual weddings and stuff like that, I always say we was born. I can say I was born Islamic, but really, can I really say I was born Islamic? I can't really say that. Religion is something that you're not born with. So, religion is something that you learned and it was placed on you. And a lot of kids, I seen it for myself. I seen women, men that went to churches and was raised by the church, and those same women was dancing on stripper poles when they got older, and them same guys was doing things that they regret to this day. And it's the same thing with Islam as well. You being raised, even some of my siblings garbed up or and practicing the religion, and now they converted over to Christianity. So there's nothing wrong with that. But it lets me know that religion is a choice, but spirituality is really a lifestyle. And that's what I wanted to practice.
So
that's what I want to believe.
Could you guys give me an example of communication within you guys? What I mean by that is a issue that we talk about on the network here that needs to be changed within Black love is communication between partners. Not just one talking and the other one talking and y'all just hearing each other, but actually listening, taking it in and trying to come to a conclusion. How important has communication been in you guys' relationship? And
no, you want to take this one.
It's a two-part question to that, because the second part to it is, was it hard to work on the communication?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I don't listen to this day. I don't listen to you.
No.
I know.
No.
I be hearing
let me say this. She,
I had to learn.
let me say this. She always have listened.
I
But
have selective
but
hearing.
no. Listen, brother
Let her
Sam, you
speak. Let her speak. Hold on. Let her speak.
No, go
I mean,
ahead. What you
look,
say?
go ahead. Let her
brother
speak.
Sam, brother Sam used to tell me,
What?
be careful how you talk to yourself. You
Mm-hmm.
know,
Why I used to tell you that?
because you say you got selective hearing.
Because I used to hear what I wanted to hear. Listen, I'm spoiled overall. You know what I mean? He spoils the hell out of me. Sometimes, I don't be wanting to hear that shit. But like when it comes down to it, and I know, you know what I mean, what's right, and well, because outside of everything else, when we're in the house and everything is shut down, we have real conversations. You know what I mean? And
Mm-hmm.
that means a lot to me. That that the conversations that we have, that's when it really sticks with me.
But now, it wasn't always like that. Like, how was it getting to that
No,
point to where
no.
y'all to
I was hard headed.
She was difficult because the number one thing, and let me say this, the number one thing that's very hard that I have learned in my experience, um, number one, if you're gonna date a single mom, make sure they move in with you instead of you moving in with them. Listen to what I'm saying. I
bingo.
I, I was I was I was established, whereas though they could have moved in with me.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing about that was I took so much into consideration
Mm-hmm.
of their schools,
Mm-hmm.
how they safe haven of their own home and everything.
Yeah.
So I made a sacrifice and left my establishment
Yeah.
to move in. It wasn't a situation where though I was a bum and I needed a place to stay long. No, I had it. I was single. I was a single man, no kids, decent job. Uh, you know,
I was so used to
I
doing
could have
things.
did anything and everything, but I would say, you know what? Let me go.
Listen,
Let me go in. That's the number one thing you gotta check first.
Time out, good brother. You're gonna make
Gotta
I was
brethren.
move
used to
in.
doing
You're gonna
things
make
on my
brethren
own.
uncross his legs, good brother. You're gonna make
Go ahead.
brethren uncross his legs.
Go
Okay.
ahead.
The question is about the communication, not the
Yeah, I was getting
sacrifice.
to it.
You're talking about, but I need you to get to the sword, baby. I
Yeah,
need you to
sorry,
get to the
sorry about
sword.
that.
Come on.
Cause I talk a hole in the donut, man.
And that's why I know I got to stop you. Get to the sword, baby.
So the communication was hard only because we had to focus on the kids first before we focused on ourselves.
And I was used to doing a lot of
And
things for the family before.
and because you know because they wasn't properly prepared
No,
for another man to enter her life,
not at all.
it was very hard because how you speak to a woman kids is exactly how you speak to her. And the reason why I know that is because, and this is fact, when mothers share the same cells as their children,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and because they share the same cells as their children, they feel everything that their child going through before the father does.
Mm.
You know, so even if you are the biological or if you're not, if you talk to the kids the right way, it automatically makes the mother feel excellent. So I was trying to find that
So maybe,
communication through the kids first.
maybe brethren got to break this down a little differently. Maybe brethren got to break this down a little differently. When
Okay.
I'm talking about the communication, what I mean by that is, a lot of times when man and woman get together and decide they want to be in a relationship together and the honeymoon stage is over with, they have a hard time communicating an issue that they may have
Oh, okay. Issue.
within the relationship.
Woo.
You understand? And you have to come to a point of learning how to communicate your issue to your partner without it always turning into an argument. And I can't see that being possible. Don't get me wrong. I understand you guys may still fight, you may still argue, but at the same time, I know the communication has to have arrived to a certain point to get to the point of marriage. So that's more so what I'm talking about as far as the communication. How important is it, and how hard was it getting to the point you guys are right now?
Well, first of all, it was very important. I had the. It was hard, not on her behalf. She was a better communicator than I was. I was.
I had to
Shout
learn
out to
approach.
Miss Lily. I don't know if
I
you
had
guys
to
can
learn
see the
approach.
comments. Miss
I had
Lily
to learn
said,
approach.
you guys are definitely the epitome of black love. And anybody that's watching, you guys, come on. This is an interactive show. Put some stuff in the comments. If you got some questions, ask them. We will get to them. Go ahead. I'm
Well,
sorry, player. Go on.
no, it's okay, but I was definitely DMX when I came in. Everything was like, yo, hey Keisha, hey, everything, yo, shut the fuck up. Like I was snapping.
And I had to learn approach. I
I,
had to learn how to approach certain,
I was snapping. And she was more she what helped the communication was um
I understood you.
she no, you
I
didn't
understood
understand it
you.
before. She understood me by sacrificing the words to just listen now. She
Right.
started listening even when because she wanted to bite back at me, but she wanted to listen more.
Y'all hear that big exclusive network?
And
Y'all
and
heard
she wanted
that?
and she started listening to me, and through her listening, I started realizing that I started putting my own fucking foot in my mouth.
Now hold up. I want to address something. I'm not trying to cut you off. I want you to finish that point, but I need you to let people know that when you say she started listening, it doesn't mean in the aspect of you dictating her and her
Right,
following your direction.
right, right. No, it wasn't that. It was she, okay, I'm gonna shut up for myself. Like this was for herself. And she wanted to listen. Even when she bit her tongue so much. Because listen, don't let this innocent face fool you. She
You
she
got a
she's
mouth
a
on her.
she's a wolf, man.
Woo!
She's a wolf. But the thing is, like I'm telling you, she's a wolf.
I got to get to that point.
But you're a wolf. But it's just she had to bite her tongue a lot, and she found grace in that. She found education in that of myself, and I found education in just talking shit because I just was like, damn. And she like, you see what you just said?
Uh-huh.
Like that's what
Yeah.
you heard what you just said.
Uh-huh.
Now it's like, damn, I did
I
just say
did
that
just
shit.
say that. Exactly.
And then
And
she
start
would
saying it
come in,
crazy.
right,
Uh-huh.
right, and then that resulted into me holding myself accountable
But
to
you
a
a
lot
thinker
more.
though. So he'll go back and reflect and then
Yeah,
he'll come back and say, you know what? About earlier.
but
You know what I'm saying?
that's what
And that's what I love.
but that's what he's saying.
Yeah.
And but because you have to, as a man, you have to be mature. The ego have to go out. The pride have to go out. You have to be mature enough to say, it's my fault. This is on me.
Yeah.
You gotta be able to reflect when someone is mirroring you in a positive way. Not something that's gaslighting, but in a positive way. To help you grow, to help you understand them a little bit better, so the communication can be a little bit more flawless. So yeah,
Now,
because that's what it is.
Yeah.
it was a lot of agreeing to disagree, basically listening and understanding.
Yeah,
Yes, Miss Idea. And you're present a lot of times we have these conversations on the network. And when we ask women the issue with the men, it all boils down to communication.
mm-hmm.
When you ask men the issue with the women, it all boils down to listening.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
You understand? So that's why I want you guys to express this stuff, because once again,
Yeah,
we go through these things and we think we're the only one. Let me see. Once you know you want to become true partners, those conversations become more meaningful and deep. Marriage
yeah,
is so powerful. And you
yeah,
know what,
man.
this Mimi Santana,
Gotta step in.
that leads me to my next question.
Okay.
And I would like Lean to lead off on this. Miss Lean, when did you know that you wanted to spend the rest of your life with Mr. Shadid? Like what was that moment? Whether it was an argument, whether you was just sitting in the car one day listening to music before you went in the house. Like when did you have that no? Like, you know what? I want to spend the rest of my life with this man. Tell us about that.
I've been with this man since 2012, and not when I first met him, he had, he always has a story. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, we were at his sister's house, and it was just something about him that really drew me to him. I don't know, you know, the universe works in mysterious ways. And I said, once I said, set out and said I was gonna, date him, and fast forward, and I think about like maybe that next year.
Ooh.
That next year, I said, you know what? I said, I know there's gonna be some ups and downs, but I really want this man. Yeah, I really want this man. I didn't. I knew what I was getting myself into. I knew the differences we had and everything, but I knew we could make it work. I knew
So you knew. Let me just
that next year
make this clear. You knew within a year of being with this man that you were willing to put in the work on your behalf.
Yes.
You knew that a year in.
Yes, I did.
And they always say women. They say women be knowing far before the man.
I believe I knew well before, because I knew what I wanted. You know what I mean? I remember, me telling him, we were arguing one day outside, and I remember telling him, listen, this is how I want to be treated.
Can I intervene on that?
No, you can't. No, you can't.
No, because it's very important. It's very important because I want to be honest.
You're about to get your chance. You're gonna get your chance to answer, brother. Go on, Ms. Lean.
No, I was just
she. I think because I remember this, and you left out something very important.
What I leave out?
No, go ahead.
When we were in a heated argument about something. I can't remember exactly what it was about, but I remember telling him how I wanted to be treated, how the type of woman that I was, the man that I knew he was, the man that I knew I wanted. You know what I'm saying? And I seen it in his eyes. I seen the light bulb go off. He always had that. Back then, you had that hard, he had a shell on, and I was like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not impressed by that shell. You know what I'm saying? I see, I see deeper. You know what I mean? You need to give me what I know you can give me. But he walked off that night. I know he pondered on it, but we had a, I knew that night. I think when it was a long time ago, but I knew that night.
Tell your version.
Yeah.
No, so it's so crazy because that night is something prior to that night. So, like I said previous in this conversation, I came off like DMX, and I want to admit this. Right, because I was still rough around the edges. I was still like, it was Brenda, it was Tisha, Linda, Felicia, Dawn, LaShawn. Like I was DMX, bro. So it was a situation where though I kept calling her name. I was very disrespectful, and I end up calling her the B word. And I went down there. She called me down there, to come check her out. And I'm thinking I'm gonna spend a night. I'm thinking this is rolling off of her shoulders. I'm about to spend a night. Oh, I'm in. And she stopped me right in my fucking tracks and was like, yeah, you not down here for that, partner. You down here. We gonna have this deep conversation about how you talking to me. And from there, as she was specifying, she was very transparent on how she wanted to be treated, how she wanted to be talked to. And I never had no woman really check me like that to say, to give me their standards on how they and their requirements of how they wanted to be talked to, how they wanted to be approached, how they wanted to be treated. And because I was so young at the time, I was 28 and I was stubborn and arrogant and egotistical. I went back home stomping like, well, fuck out of here then. Like I was snapping. But it like a light bulb did go off. And I said to myself, okay, all right. I started seeing it not as a challenge, but more so like an obligation. Because I something in me sparked. Because I said, damn, this ain't something I ever felt before. Not even knowing that I was in unfamiliar territory, but I just knew it wasn't something that I didn't ever feel before. And I said, okay.
Right.
And I called her. I was calling. It didn't hit me until I was calling her every day, and she wasn't answering my phone calls for like 3 weeks.
Mm.
You know,
Woo,
and
that one right there burn you, don't it, brother?
man, what? Man, I'm leaving text
Woo!
messages. I almost feel stalkerish at this point because I'm
Woo,
leaving.
that'll burn you.
I'm leaving text
Woo.
messages. You know, the text messages was getting. I realized the text messages was getting a little too deep. And then I said, I think it was like that final day of the third week that I hit. It wasn't even about explaining nothing. I just text, can we go out and get something to eat? And she texts back fast, like we was texting every day. You know what I mean?
I was hungry,
Look,
nigga.
I'm all with the reintroduction.
And
Tell me what you got.
And it was definitely a reintroduction because it made me feel, which let me also know that I was a guy who was willing, and I was able, to change because it made me feel like I had a new lease on life. It made me feel like I had a new lease on this opportunity. Yeah. Like, okay, I can live with this. I can live here, and I can make a home, out of this. And it was like, damn, we went out, we had something to eat, we laughed, we talked like nothing never happened. And I never experienced that with no woman prior to her.
So
answer
me this, good brother. Are you indirectly saying that you knew within the year or two?
Yes, I am saying that and that's why I wanted to emphasize on, because I say 4 months after that, I required to meet her dad so I can ask her dad.
Yeah, you did.
And I asked her dad. That's the one. Listen, that's why we hear, her dad is a major supporter of ours because, of course, family, relatives, we having a lot of things to say, babe, I want to get us both in. Of course, they be having a lot of things to say, especially with the age difference. They had a lot of things to say. They had a lot of things to say with me and my demeanor and my character. A lot of people was intimidated, and rightfully so. But it was like, I asked her dad, we had a crazy conversation, and I said, look, I'm not here to play house with her. I know I'm young, but I know what I want. And can I marry your daughter?
And how much of an issue was age between you two? Because you said about people on the outside having concern, but evidently you guys are about to get married and y'all know each other's age. So how much of an issue was the age difference between you guys?
I had one issue that we actually talked about. I think
she ain't know that. Her head snapped quick.
Yeah,
I'm listening.
Yeah, because I had one issue. We actually spoke about it a year ago. I brought it up, which is gonna freshen your memory.
What?
The thing is, sometimes in the relationship, through the duration of our relationship, sometimes she thought older meant wiser, and it was hard for her to trust someone of my age until it was a point. We used to go. We had a lot of people consider dates differently. We consider dates going, even if it's something small, if it's going to like shopping together or anything. So we used to go to this place called Movie Stop, that was on Aramingo Avenue in Philadelphia. And we picked up the movie How Stella Got Her Groove Back. And he snapped on her. The part where he snapped on her about trusting him, you know, that's when she started listening, last year. And it was like, damn, that was it's like God put that, we watched the movie and it was like, God put that right there. And I'm looking at her and I'm like, you see, that's how I felt. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then she was like, damn, babe, leaned over, gave me a kiss and started applying. That's it. Like that, and I was like, all right, like this, but it happened 9 years later. You know what I'm saying? But it was cool because I knew.
Give up, though. As long as
Right.
it took, y'all didn't give up.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying? Y'all kept put brick by brick.
I knew I wasn't going
to. I had to get out of my comfort zone, though.
But overall, the age difference of it, other than that, man, I loved it.
Ooh, yeah.
Listen, I'm gonna keep it a bean with, like, it was almost prophesized by my family when I was younger. My Abu and my Umi used to say to me.
Let me read this comment real quick. That sounds identical to my last relationship. Unfortunately for him, he talked a great game, but realistically, he wasn't prepared to do what needed to be done. His actions spoke volumes, so I had to run. Go ahead, play what you were saying.
No, actions do speak volumes.
No, it does, because once she realized that, it was a relief for me, because it was like, damn, it added emphasis to, my leadership and me being the flag holder for the family. And I said, okay. And then it also inspired the kids, because for them 9 years, those kids looking, and she used to always come over top of me when it came to her kids, when it came to our biological kids. And I always had an issue with that. Like, listen, babe, I'm gonna need you to step back when I'm doing, because it's not like we was dealing with daughters. See, I got a different theory with that. With daughters, I want to raise that bar high as hell. You know what I'm saying? Another man gonna have to come in and jump up and be Superman to get that. You dig what I'm saying? But with boys, especially black boys, I had to really get her to understand that we got to put this bar down on their chest. They got to lift up something heavy in this household, through me, because we want to prep them before it hits them in the real world. Yeah. Because I live a realistic relationship. I don't live a hypothetical one. No, and it's like, no, we gonna give them. That's one thing
that I definitely had to learn. Yeah. I didn't have that part in me then. You know what I mean? I was mommy. You know what I mean? They were spoiled.
That's typically the role moms play. Moms typically are softer on their boys.
Yeah. Now, but the world won't be. The world won't be.
At all.
And then I had to kick it to her like that. Would you rather be soft on your boys now, right? Or your boys harden up, go out there, and now they're a stiff body in the morgue and you crying because you could have, like, I seen it happen all the time. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like,
they didn't learn the proper.
Because they didn't go through the proper perspectives, the proper regimens to actually be raised. Because I had another theory that once a child is able to walk, talk, read, write, comprehend, understand, they are raised. They just need guidance after that. You know what I'm saying? And that can happen at any age. And sometimes as parents, we underestimate we put a age limit on that. We underestimate when that happens. Right. I know for myself, remember my mom was telling you, my mom called me one day and, she was talking to my sons and she was talking to Lean and she was saying, basically, remember she was telling you at 5 years old, I was doing calculus, like just bragging about how I was doing calculus at 5 and doing like math was one of my major things. Like I just gravitated to it so well. Academics is my shit. Even though I was rough around the edges, I'm street. I made sure I had 2 educations. Yeah. So a lot of underestimating came my way as a kid. And I see that now with my sons and her sons. Once I realized that I came in, it was a 5-year-old, a 10-year-old, and a 13-year-old. Oh, they raised. They just need guidance. They need guidance. If I'm able to talk back to them and they can talk back to me and they can understand they raised, they just need guidance at this point. And they understood it. And I gave them all, they appreciate me for it because I gave them all, a security backpack for life. I gave them that security blanket for themselves so they could survive out here. Something that I know that they wasn't getting from their biological father, unfortunately.
So the next question I have for you guys is this. I mean, you're about to get married, so of course,
Yeah.
the other one loves the other one. Okay. But how important is it to hear that from your partner?
Well, I love you.
Yes, I love you. How important is it to hear?
Bro, you got this one.
I love you from your partner. I mean, of course, they love you, but
I mean, it's pretty important. It's not, the nail on the head, but I think it's pretty important.
Well, all right. Okay, so
maybe it's because I just we say through
yeah,
all the time. I love to hear it.
So
I commend you for trying. She is trying so hard.
Yeah,
I commend you, Lee.
She is so shy. So for her, for I ain't gonna speak for you.
That's a good question.
So for me, I'm a person who has to hear it. I don't really actually have to see it because my instinct's gonna pick up on when I'm not being loved. You know what I'm saying? So
most definitely.
So and she knows this. So for me, if you say, Shadid, I love you, it's going to make me reflect on all your previous actions. And that's going to say, you do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or you don't.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, damn, if you say I love you and I start to reflect, and your actions, your previous actions haven't been matching what you just said, I'm going to let you know. You without saying nothing. But if it matches what you said, then it's something extra special for me. It makes me feel Supermanish. Like it's just like, damn, like you really love me. Like you showed me this, and then on top of you showing me this, you said it, and you gave me time to reflect on why you were saying this. So
that's what it is for me too.
For me, I like to hear it.
Miss Tiffany Ann said, I need to see it, I need to hear it, and I need to feel it because I'm going to do the same.
Yeah.
And I agree, Miss Tiffany Ann, but you know what? That just might be a Gemini thing.
But I don't know. I guess it's because of my upbringing. Because I didn't have a lot of flexibility between parents. My dad was a gangster, my mom was a drill sergeant, so I couldn't go like how our boys goes to her and can get that softness. I couldn't get that softness from my mom or my dad. So that's why, like them saying it, my mom barely said it, my dad barely said it. So I think that's why I like to hear it more because
but you know what? It was like that for me and my family. My mom and them never really told us, you know what I mean? But they would show us mad love. Like my family would show you mad love, and that's what I look for. I look for that feeling. You know what I mean? If I feel love, it's believable. I got everybody can say I love you all day long.
Right. Right.
It's kind of like the thing like Tina Turner said, what love got to do with it? You know what I'm saying? They really don't. But in a way, I like to hear it still. I like to hear it because it's like, damn, Shadi, I love you. Because you take it.
I think with Tina, and I could be wrong, the way I interpreted what Tina meant was what love got to do with it as far as if you're not a good partner?
Right.
You dig what I'm
That part.
saying? Like,
That
if you're
part.
not a good partner, but you
That
love
part.
me, what do love got to do with what we got going on? You
Right.
understand? But
Right.
that was just my interpretation of it. But at the same time, I just like I'm a person who needs to hear it. You dig what I'm saying? Don't you walk out that door without giving me a kiss and saying I love you. I don't care if
Oh
you
my
go into the
God.
corner store.
No,
You
don't I get
understand?
mad?
Yo,
I
she
catch a whole attitude.
look, she
Pop,
catches
you
a
hear
whole
me?
attitude. She
High
catches a whole
two,
attitude.
high two, lean, high two. Because
Yes,
here's the
yes.
thing. Here's the thing. We see on the news all the time of people
Come
getting
on.
caught in the crossfire,
Come on.
or,
Yeah.
or, or they lost control of their car and then jumped on the sidewalk. And you understand? So
Right.
Yeah.
your intentions was to just run to the store and get a soda and some Funyuns and come back. But, you know, I know the store is 3 minutes away. You might have got in line and somebody was taking their time in line. So I'm going to give you a good 15, 20 minutes. But now 35 minutes done went by.
Now I'm worried.
Right.
Now I'm a little worried. And it's
Yup,
not
Right.
that
Right.
I'm
yup,
trying to,
yup. That's me.
I'm not being overly protective or nothing like that.
Mm-mm.
But when you
No.
said you was going,
Mm-hmm.
it typically takes about this amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm giving you a little leeway because of some things that you may not be in control of happening. You
Right.
understand? But
That's awareness. You're aware. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
that's a good thing because
Mm.
people people don't show that.
Now,
That's showing that awareness.
so my thing is, God forbid anything happens to you on that
Mhm.
small journey.
Right.
Mm.
When's the last time we expressed that we loved each other?
Right.
Mm. Yeah.
So whenever our presence is separating,
Mm-hmm.
I expect a kiss and I love you. You
Man,
understand?
what?
Mm-hmm.
Man, well, let me come home from work and go straight to the kitchen or to the bathroom or anything like that. Now, the bathroom might be an excuse because,
The
listen, you gotta
bathroom
go, you
cool.
gotta go. Yeah, but
Sometimes you might have a turtle head poking out. You got baby. I know you
man,
understand.
especially those long days at work, man. I mean, listen, man,
Hey,
man,
listen, before we
man.
dive into the next aspect of the interview, you guys got a little more time, right?
Not much.
Not
I'm
much.
like, okay,
We're
give
not
me one
home.
second. Okay, because I wanted to ask y'all one more question, but I gotta pay a little bit of bills because we have a new sponsor on the network, and that sponsor is the Mastermind Credit Game. Let's get this out the way real quick. Can we see that real quick,
Welcome
please?
to the Mastermind Credit Game Facebook group for forward-thinking people seeking financial freedom. I'm Ahmed Fareed, CEO and founder of the Mastermind Credit Game, a step-by-step game plan on how to build $1 million credit profile and access millions of dollars in personal and business credit cards and loans, even if you have bad personal credit. I'll be revealing financial wisdom I've learned for over 6 years of doing credit repair, credit building, and using that good to excellent credit to leverage business credit. And it's a whole lot easier than you think. If you take a moment to learn and utilize the info provided in this group, I promise you it will change your life. And that's no exaggeration. Here at MCG, we specialize in credit repair, credit building, business credit, and getting real money. MCG has been helping members take control of their financial future with total confidence in all money and investment decisions. Our members are on track to live a wealthy lifestyle right now and not 20 years down the line. The ideas and financial strategies revealed by MCG are only for people who are willing to look at credit in a different way other than what we've all been taught. And it will only benefit people who are willing to acknowledge that there are shortcuts to building massive wealth. Because everybody has a dream house or a dream car. But the question is, can you afford it? You see, MCG allows you to live a more full and enjoyable life, to preserve, protect, and grow your wealth for your family right now and for future generations to come. And more cash will enable you to enjoy life while leaving behind a significant inheritance for your kids and grandchildren. Best of all, it works for anyone at any level, even if you have excellent credit. So to get the most out of this group and get your hands on our latest training and resources right away, follow these 3 quick steps below. Step 1, download the Credit Building Secrets, how to boost your credit score 100 plus points in 30 days. Use the link in the description below. Step 2, schedule a free consultation and we will go over your credit report with you, a $75 value. Use the link in the description below. Step 3, add myself, Ahmed Fareed, Ray Wall, and Shannon Reynolds as friends on Facebook. And here's why. Every week, Shannon, Ray, or myself will host a special live stream training sharing credit building secrets, credit repair, business credit, and more. You most likely won't see our valuable content in the group unless we're Facebook friends or you're already friends with us on Facebook. So to stay in the loop, simply request us on Facebook and you won't miss a beat. Again, welcome to the Mastermind Credit Game group for forward-thinking people seeking financial freedom.
Shout out the Mastermind Credit Game.
Absolutely.
Making things better for the culture. Make sure y'all go follow Mastermind Credit Game on Facebook. Everybody that is in the comments, the link is in the comments to make it easier for you so you don't be a black person. Because, black people always full of excuses. I can't find it. How is it spelled? Is it spelled the right way? They always got a bunch of excuses. So shout out to my man Big Exclusive for having that link ready and in the comments for you to click and join the group. I have 2 more questions for you guys. I want to ask y'all real quick. One is about the kids.
Okay.
One is about the kids. What I want to ask you guys about the kids was did you guys take the relationship between the half siblings, and I'm saying it for the sake of the conversation. Did you take the relationships between the half siblings and also between you and the stepkids into consideration? I understand, you wanted to develop a relationship with them along the way, but what I want to know was how they may feel taken into consideration for you guys to make this next step.
Ooh. Well, first,
there's no right or wrong answer. You can say, man, fuck them kids. I'm just asking, I'm just asking.
No. So a long time ago, and she knows this, and I'm not to say that I'm perfect, but I feel like the word perfect doesn't exist. I mean, well, it exists. People say it don't, but it does when you want to apply it to your intentions. So in your preparations. So
do tell.
I went to them a long time ago and I said to them, and she can contest to this, right? You can remember this when I said to them, I'm not going to marry your mom unless y'all give me the green light. And the oldest gave me the green light. The oldest, like he was the firstborn son. So the rest, the other 3 I wanted to consider, but I knew he trumped everything. So he came to me, he was like, he expressed his love for me. And when he expressed his love for me, he's like, he was ramming and venting, and I heard it through the vent. He said, I love you, Sean. Like, I want to see us grow better. I want to see you marry my mom. Once he said that, I said, okay. I said, all right.
Yeah.
I said, okay.
Yeah.
Like in a way, because he's very hard.
He's hard.
And in a way, it made me realize
he loved his mama.
Not even just that, he loves me. You know what I'm saying? He loves me.
What I'm saying is he wouldn't want his mama to marry somebody that he doesn't think make her happy.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
Because we all know that when we ain't around, mama and kids have time together. And some things may get expressed. You know what I mean? Some views may get expressed. And for him to come out and say that to you, it means whatever issues in his heart have been solved. You know what I mean? And he's seen his mom in a happy place. You know, so yeah, I mean, yeah, he loved you, but ultimately that boy loved his mama.
Yeah, but it mattered to me a great deal for them to express their feelings to me that way. It
Now,
did.
And they not even the type of kids that really they had to learn how to really
Yeah,
express
they don't
certain
express
things
themselves.
because
They had to learn it.
they ain't really
well, we're gonna end this on a happy note with my last question. I'm gonna spin it off of the master credit class because your credit and your credit about to become y'all's credit.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
So
You
with that being said,
you funny.
Absolutely.
so with that being said, right?
Yeah,
Y'all walking down the aisle Saturday.
yeah.
I know, you know, well, we expressed at the beginning of the conversation, it starts off with being honest with yourself.
Mhm.
And I think it's safe to assume that there's a little nervousness going in within you all.
Yeah.
Not nervousness from the aspect of am I right making the right decision,
Mhm.
but nervousness because I have an idea of you guys' makeup now. Nervousness
Mhm.
from the aspect of this is it. Like I'm about to do this. I've talked about it. I've thought about it. I've dreamt about it
For
far
10
before
years.
my partner had a face.
For 10 years.
No, before that,
Yeah.
it got a face 10 years ago.
Yeah. True.
You
True.
understand what I'm saying? But
True.
this is, and people can say, "Oh, I don't want to get married." You can't say you never thought about it.
Yeah, that's
Right.
true. Now that's true.
Everybody has had the
Right.
thought. Even if you were 7, I give you the benefit of the doubt and say you ain't think about it since you was a kid. But everybody thought about it. So to be on the brink of actually doing it, and all the devils that start to show up, and all the bumps in the road that start to show up, and all the tension that seems to be going against
Mm.
what you guys are trying to accomplish. My final question is how happy and excited are you guys to finally, legally, spiritually, and officially be about to become one?
Mm.
I'm super excited.
I'm I'm I've
I'm
been
excited and nervous.
I've been excited, but
It gets
but
real.
but I'm not
Because
gonna lie. I want to be honest, and I expressed this to her. I'm I'm this is the first time I ever felt fear. Like I like not the first time, but in the in this type of, on this spectrum of in a relationship and getting married, because in my mind, um the theory of me being just in a relationship only required my willingness, but now it requires my obligations. So that transition over from my willingness to my obligations scares the fuck out of me,
Who
because I
better to
never.
be obligated to at this point in your life, brother?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Because there's no more I'm willing to kill for her, I'm willing to die for her.
I
It's
will.
I will.
Mhm.
like you know
Oh, I too, player. I too.
yeah, like man, and that right there is a whole different perspective.
Yeah.
It's a fresh perspective, because it's like, motherfucker, where was you at? Damn, it is levels to this shit.
Most
Oh
definitely.
snap! It wakes you up.
It does.
It wakes you
It
up.
definitely does.
It wakes you all the way up.
I'm super excited
So
though.
that's my excitement, but it's
Yeah.
through preparations of, you know, my unreadiness, to be ready, if that makes
Well,
sense.
to let you guys go, I want to give you guys your blessings, your roses,
Man,
flowers.
appreciate it.
I want to properly let you guys know. First and foremost, I'm excited for you guys. I'm happy for you guys. I'm proud of you guys because I know it's hard.
Yeah.
It's really hard. And what I mean by it's hard is not to say that you was ever interested in other people, but it's hard to be all in on one person.
Yeah.
It's hard. So I commend you guys and congratulations.
Yeah.
And don't let nobody take y'all joy away from y'all.
That's right.
That's
Thank
it.
y'all for taking out the time, and thank y'all for the transparency tonight on the Brethren Samuel show.
Man.
I understand y'all have some other obligations. I don't want to hold y'all up any longer.
Man, thank you for having us, man.
Thank
I
you
appreciate it.
so much.
It was very helpful and be grateful forever, man. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Hey, everybody that's in the comments, we're back. We're back. How did y'all enjoy that? Did you guys learn anything that you didn't know? Anything that you guys feel like we should touch on that needs to be expressed throughout the culture? Congratulations on manifesting you guys a happy and healthy marriage. That was okay. They'll see. I'm pretty sure he's going to watch it again. He's definitely going to watch the playback. They might be still tuned in. I wish y'all nothing but more love and happiness with y'all union. God bless y'all and congratulations again. That was a great conversation. Thank you, Brett. Hey, see, Brethren Samuels is the urban love doctor, baby. See, my goal is to bring us back together because no matter how much shit comes between us, we have to always come together like butt cheeks. Cuz, you dig? Cuz. That's what I'm talking about. But you know what? I guess for the last half an hour, because I hate to leave y'all in the middle of an hour. Brethren, when you get married, well, brethren will never legally get married. But brethren already is spiritually married. And with that being said, because y'all know I'll still be pimping, right? I still be pimping. So I don't like to leave shows in the middle of the hour. So I guess I got to entertain y'all for the last half an hour. Excuse me, ho. You mind and go and get my puppy? I need my puppy for this one. So yes, Brethren is here. Remember, I told y'all I don't have the red shoes on today because I'm in the comfort of my own home. Let's see what we got going on here. Who's still here? We still got Miss Tiffany Ann in the building. Cause you were saying some heat. What did you think about that last interview? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. To my brothers that's in the building, Mr. Big Exclusive, the realization of what each needs to bring to the table to prepare for and handle obstacles together. Thank you, baby. Thank you. So Nyla is going to finish off the show with me. Everybody say hello to Nyla. There you go. Nyla, look at everybody. There you go. This is my new baby. She's sort of like, you know how Dr. Evil had Mr. Bigglesworth? I got Miss Nyla's worth. I ain't going to tell you what she's worth. You enjoyed it thoroughly? Thank you, Miss Tiffany Dennis. Yeah, hey, Nyla getting love. There go the comments now. There go the comments now. We got a bunch of ghosts. No, I'm just messing with y'all. I'm just messing with y'all. But let me see. I learned to be more verbal and a lot less now. Okay. I think there's a typo. It's definitely Ghost in the Shell. Ooh, I'm lost. I'm lost, brother. I'm lost. You got to bring me up to speed on that. Hey, Big Scoop, there you go. Yes, hey Nyla. There you go. She's so quiet when she in the hands, but when she in that cage, ooh wee, she can had to cut her nails earlier. See that? me and my hoe. We had to cut the nails earlier, you know what I'm saying? Let me see. Yes, Ella be snapping. Man, but like you said on the phone the other day to Poppy, because he tell me all the conversations y'all had. Like you said on the phone the other day to Poppy, you know, you got to treat them like children. Leave her ass in there screaming and hollering. Poppy is well, you know, I wouldn't call him a snitch because I'm a part of him. You understand? I'm a part of him. He is I and I am him. You love, I'm so glad that you was able to find that love for the dog. I'm glad you was able to do that. Please clip Madame Duchess nails. Tiffany, what day would you like to come before Friday to get the procedure done as far as the shots and the deworming? Because we can do the nails that day too. We can do the nails that day too. Just give me a heads up so I can have everything on deck. You understand? I'm really surprised, bro. I never wanted pets, but kids will have you doing ish you never thought you would. True indeed. And you know, I'm sorry to be snitching on Poppy right now. Poppy. But he explained to me that he felt as though Ella was perfect for you. He said that you and Tiffany allowed him to pick used dogs for you based off of you, and you guys both are happy with what you have. So I'm so excited about that. Miss Tiffany Ann says yes with authority. Okay, Miss Tiffany Ann, which day would you like to do that? Let me know. Which day would you like to have all that done? I'm assuming there's only 3 people in here because only 3 people talking to Brethren. This is why Brethren don't be showing up, because everybody say they want Brethren, but they don't be here. Ella is a bully too. She be acting like with Debo with Storm the Cat. I can imagine. I can imagine. All right, Miss Tiffany, I'm gonna let Poppy know, but message Poppy tomorrow and lock that in. But I'm gonna definitely let Poppy know. Because Ella, look, you got me about to call her Ella. Nyla, look how big she getting. She's still tiny, but look how big she getting. Nyla needs her second shots and her deworming. You asked how old Nyla was? I'm sorry, baby. I'm sorry. How dear? Let me see. I don't see that. I'm scrolling. Let me see. You damn sure did. 3 minutes ago. 3 whole minutes ago. 60, 60, 60. Nyla just turned 8 weeks. Well, she will be 8 weeks at 12 o'clock. Well, no, sometime tomorrow. On Monday. She turned 8 weeks tomorrow. Oh my God, I wish I could get her. She is beautiful. Miss Mimi, I told you we got another litter that should be dropping. I can't promise the colors, but the only way I'm going to be keeping that color again is if it's a boy. At work, good brother. Showed, shared, have a dope show. Hey, it's all good, big roll. I seen you in the Uber on the way to work at the meeting, and you showed up, good brother. You showed up. I'm still here, but y'all talking about dogs, and I'm not a dog man. That's because you ain't got one, player. You can get one, man. Come on, player. Litter number 2, yes. So if my calculations are correct, the mother should be going into heat sometime in January, around the beginning of January. It takes 63 days for them to have the puppies. What that tells me is we should be having puppies around March. Don't want one either. Okay, player. Shit. Brethren, how important is it to show up for your partner? I want a dog to name it Simba. Simba to go with the Nala. You so funny, idea. Let me see. Brethren, how important is it to show up for your partner? Now, when you say show up, good brother, what do you mean by show up for your partner? Because I tell you one thing, Lean or Shadi better show up on Saturday. They better show up on Saturday, player. Could you reiterate that question? Give me a little more context to the question, good brother, please. Give me a little more context. Look at Nala over there just licking on her. She just licking on her arm. You feel me, Landon? Let somebody not show up on Saturday. I don't know who was more shout out, her or him. You know? Because she seemed like she was a silent shout out. She'll get you, but she'll get you quietly. You won't even see it coming. I want to go to their wedding. They love feels so real. Or teal. You wrote teal, but I assume that you meant real. Okay, yeah, there you go. They love feels so real. Hey, well, hopefully they'll watch it. I don't know if it's still open, but you know, because Poppy will be he will be the pastor of that situation. Show up meaning holding them accountable and for their actions or inactions when it comes to making commitments. It's very important to show up for your partner because, well, singly, just as people, we all are thinkers. Although everybody don't admit to it, we all are thinkers. And the least that your partner can do is show up. The least your partner can do is show up. Now you might could get past everybody else letting you down, false promises, but your partner has to show up. Because let's say your partner lets you down repetitively, not just once. It's just habitually a habitual letdowner. Your partner is a habitual letdowner, and what it does mentally is it makes you start to feel like you aren't worthy. Now I know some people be like, not me. I don't need nobody. Remember what we talked about. It starts off with being honest with yourself. It starts off with being honest with yourself. So with that being said, I hope I answered your question, but it's very important to show up for your partner. Habitual letdowner. Yes, some people are dating habitual letdowners. Okay, I see him. I need to see the tape from the wedding. I need to see your officiating style. Well, it ain't me. It'll be Poppy. But let me see. Miss Hadia said, oh, I could be Poppy plus one. The pastor don't have a plus one. The pastor don't even need to be an invitation. And if anything, me and Poppy Ho would be the plus one. Poppy is an ordained minister. By all means, excuse me, baby. Could you go get the Poppy's ordainment is over there in his office on the desk. Let me see. Facts, brethren. That shit is real and it hurts. By all means. By all means. I don't know what we was referencing to because I got a little sidetracked, but I'm agreeing because you agreeing, baby. I'm his sister, so I don't care. You know what? I make sure. See, I didn't know. That. See, Poppy ain't tell me about you. He only told me about two of his sisters. Three of his sisters. I'm sorry. He told me about three of his sisters. But yeah. See, look. That's all y'all get. Y'all don't get to read word for word, but credentials of ministry. You see that? Credentials of ministry. You understand? So I'm adopted. You hilarious, Hadia. You was hilarious. Back to what you were saying though, Mr. Big Exclusive. This is Poppy's first officiating, first time officiating a ceremony, first time marrying some, however you want to put it. This is Poppy's first time. That's sort of why I had to show up tonight, because he's going to be MIA this week. You might see him posting. You'll be able to reach out to him, but you won't see him post as much. You won't see him as active as he's been being, because when Poppy does something, he takes it serious. And this man, for the past 2 weeks, on top of everything else he got going on, he's been watching people get married. He's been watching different ceremonies. And this coming week, he said he wants to put together his own script, because it's an original situation. So Poppy, he's going to be pretty busy this week. Yes, Poppy. He got them credentials. Hey, baby. It's a lot of us inside one. Cuz. But as you know, like all people know, there's a gem in I. That's so dope. Thank you, Miss Tiffany Ann. Thank you. So I will talk to them and see if we can have a camera at least on Poppy. See if we have a camera at least on Poppy. I don't know if they want the whole thing filmed or not. But check this out. I got to show y'all something. Make sure Poppy ain't looking, because I ain't supposed to be putting his business out there like that. Give me 1 second. So I'm here. I know we talk about dead space and all that, but I'm just trying to pull this up. Gemini, it's a bunch of us in one. Tell them. Holla. Okay. All right. Give me 1 second. I'm inside Poppy phone. Ooh-wee. Inside Poppy phone, because I got to show y'all something. This boy, man, y'all know he screws a little loose. Wait till y'all see. I got to show y'all what he officiating in. This is woo. Hold on. The phone got ghost touch. Mad love, brethren. Tell Poppy I said his adopted sister loves him, and he loves you back, baby. He loves you back. Here we go. Ooh, y'all seen it? It's gonna be a good time, player. It's gonna be a good time. What y'all think? Come on now. I know Lamech got something crazy to say. Did you just laugh at me, Miss Idea? Did you just laugh at me? What was I supposed to? Answer me this. What was he supposed to officiate in? Can you tell me that? What was he supposed to? I knew it was coming, AOG. I knew it. Lemon, you funny boy. Yeah, minus the cross. There will not be a cross around Poppy's neck. Mm-hmm. Tell him again, Miss Tiffany Ann. Tell him again. It wouldn't be Pop if he didn't wear it. Let me tell y'all. See, I'm gonna give y'all a little backstory on this motherfucker, because to my knowledge, most of y'all known him since he was an adult, right? Y'all know any of y'all known Poppy since he was young? Anybody in here known him since he was young? Let me tell you something about Poppy. This man, what grade was that? I believe it was the 11th grade. No, 12th grade. 12th grade. He's going to be wearing the red shoes. He's going to be wearing the red shoes. That's where I got the red shoes from. I seen him with some red shoes. I said, ooh, I need me some of them. He going to be wearing the red shoes. But in the 12th grade, I never forget it. Poppy's sister was attending Dobbins. She was in cosmetology at Dobbins, right? And she had came home with the curling iron set. You know how they got all the curls? The curler got all the little small ones all the way up to the big ones. And they got to pay all this money for it. She came home with that. And she didn't really get to use it too often. Now, at this time, Poppy hair came down to here. Yes, Poppy used to have hair. His hair came down to maybe a little bit above his shoulders. It definitely came past his cheekbones, like from the top. You can pull it down from the top, and they come down past the cheekbones, okay? So Poppy, he went to his aunt's house, and his aunt hot combed his hair. And he got an older aunt, so they go all the way down to the root. And sometimes she ain't have enough grease on it. But that's another story. But it be burnt the back of the ear and everything. That's what Poppy went through, okay? So he went to his aunt's house and got a hot comb. Boom. Straightened it out. You know what I'm saying? And that wasn't enough for him. So when he came home, he got his sister to put stack curls in his hair. And when I say these stack curls was stacking, it was so tight. The ones down here was so little. They were so little. And it just got bigger and bigger and bigger. And up top, it was huge. He had these big, huge stack curls up the top. But it just got so tight all the way down. And boy, when I tell you, so some of y'all don't know, he got this homie that he grew up with. They used to catch the bus together. His homie didn't find out until he rang the doorbell so they could go to school the next morning. And it just so happened to be flurrying that morning, right? And Poppy just talking about what happened over the weekend. And this man had everybody on the bus looking at him. They was just staring at him. But Poppy looked a little rough. He looked like he was from the West Coast. He like a hood nigga with some stack curls. So it wasn't nobody staring at him blatantly. They was turning away when he was turning and stuff. But and his man told him, it was so funny. It was so funny. Let me see. The stacks was stacked. Yes, they was, man. They was tight too. The ones down here was about as small as a popsicle. A taffy stick. You see that? It was about like that right here. They was about that tight. These stack curls was stacked. Big worm, lamb it. And you know what? It was one thing happened that made him take the curls out because people was trying to talk about him. And Poppy's response was, yeah, but y'all don't know nobody else on the East Coast that's that confident in their manhood to do it. You understand? Y'all don't know nobody else on the East Coast that confident in their manhood to do it. Outside of that, all the ladies wanted to touch his hair. All the ladies wanted to rub his hair, touch his hair. You understand? It was shiny. It was healthy. The old women on the bus was, oh, you got some good, healthy hair, young man. See, the young women don't have hair like that because they put all types of stuff in it. You understand? But yeah, what made him take it out? I'm sorry, I'm too loud because he upstairs. What made him take it out was it was a gay dude at his school. His name was, I'm not gonna put his name out there. But it was a gay dude, right? And he stopped Poppy in the hallway and he told him he liked his hair. Confidence is key, baby. Tell him, Tiff. Confidence is key. That is definitely some Gemini shit. But listen, he told him, he had his Cat Williams going. Listen, Cat Williams, I don't think Cat Williams was out yet. If he was, he may have just came out. I don't think Cat Williams was out yet. What year Cat Williams came out? Because this was in 2001. His name was Sebastian. He had the J. No, his name wasn't Sebastian. His name was, I put it to you this way. His name was very close to Poppy's government name. Very close. So let me tell you what Poppy did. The next class, right? You know them pics with the fist on the back and got the fist on it? That's what Poppy used to wear in his back pocket. The next class, Poppy went in the back of the class and he picked all the curls out, right? He picked all the curls out. And he found a new hairstyle. Cause boy, them motherfucking curls, they was like this now. They was swoosh. It was a bunch of swooshes like this. Boy, he looked like he was part of the 5 Heartbeats. He like he was part of the 5 Heartbeat. But that boy Poppy, he crazy, boy. That boy crazy. He got some screws loose. But not really. Not really. He just had the confidence to be who he is. A lot of people won't be who they want to be. They become everyone else's perspective of who they think they are. Be who you want to be. We had 10:51. I wanted to address something earlier, but we didn't have the time. We talked about, but we didn't talk about. We played a video for Mastermind Credit. If you're not following the page, please follow the page. Mr. Big Exclusive, if you can, put the link in the comments one more time, please, because I need y'all to know how important it is to the culture that we obtain good credit. And trust and believe, I'm talking to you, not down on you, because Brethren Samuels don't have the best credit either. Brethren Samuels don't have the best credit either. So I'm talking to you, not on you. But make sure you join the group, because this is one of the things that we need to do on multiple topics to unlearn and remember and fix things that are wrong in our community. And a big part of that, which I cannot stress enough, is communication and exchange of information. I've been in this credit group for about 3 weeks now. It might be longer than that. I joined the first day you could join. And every time I go in there, I see some sort of information. And it's still growing. It's still growing. But at the same time, I was always told it don't matter how many people are attending, it's who's attending. And it's a lot of legit information in there that we need to arm ourselves with as a culture so we can share it and turn this around for the culture. This show tonight was based on Black love. I wanted to do my part in showing Black love to Black people, because how will we learn how to love if we don't see any examples of love? And this is not me saying that what they have going is perfect. This is not me saying that what they have done is the way for you to do it, but it's working for them. And if you learned anything tonight, I want you to learn that Black loves conquer all. Black love conquers all. Through Black love, we will find unity. Through Black love, we will find support. Through Black love, we will find a re-emergence of the melanated people in this country known as a business called the United States of America. My dogs are getting a little antsy, as y'all can see. 2 hours is a long time for them. But I just had to get this final word out because I don't want people to get lost in the theatrics and the brethrenness and the made up words and lose focus on the message. Because this is my way of sprinkling the tussin inside of the food. This is my way, yes, I'm going to repeat it, of sprinkling the tussin inside the food. What's the guy name that got the school that never opened up? What's the guy name? Don't leave me yet, Miss Hadia. I love you too. What's the guy name? Because I gotta do it like him. I said, damn, what's his name with the beard? Umar, Dr. Umar Johnson. This is my Dr. Umar impression right now. Do your part to inject love into the culture. Do your part to inject love. I said, do your part to do your part. Do your part to inject love back into the culture, starting with your immediate loved ones. With that being said, we're going to run down the list of shows on the network. Monday through Friday, starting at 9 a.m. until 10, sometimes longer. We have Keeping It Real with Big Roll in the morning. That's every Monday morning. Monday through Friday, 9 to 10, sometimes longer. On Tuesday, we have the Big Exclusive Podcast every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. with your host, Lamit, also known as Angry OG, Big Exclusive, and comedian Top Flight. On Wednesday, we have The Formula coming on every Wednesday at 8 o'clock, hosted by Angry OG. And this is another show, or should I say the show on the network that is focusing on us trying to figure it out. That show is focused on us trying to figure it out. Now, it's geared towards the men, but what I get from it is geared towards the men understanding and fixing our issues within ourselves, and a little bit of satire. But Angry OG can explain it a little better than me. On Thursday, still Wednesday, we had The Rabbit Hole 13, hosted by Taj Mahal, Bianca Monroe, and they call him Mr. Cheese. Every Wednesday night at 9. On Thursday night, we have Foreplay with B, Miss Bianca Monroe. She was in the building earlier. I don't know if she's still around, but it's a great show. Make sure y'all tune in, especially if you want to get a little freaky. We still looking for some shows on Fridays, Saturdays, and other time slots, midday time slots, news show. We're looking for news show. No more podcasts unless it's, that deal. I think it's safe to assume, even though Mr. Shannon hasn't said this to me, I think it's safe to assume the only way we're going to accept another podcast is if you coming with a big following. Other than that, we're going to keep building what we're building, how we're building. With that being said, thank y'all for tuning into the Brethren Samuel Show on the Big Exclusive Network, where we are fixing Black love. I am the Urban Love Doctor, Brethren Samuels. Before we go, I'm going to give y'all a calves, and I'm going to uncross my legs, because I ain't do that enough for y'all tonight. I know y'all like that, so here you go. Look, cross. Uncross. With that being said, y'all be blessed. I'm Brethren Samuels, and we out.